Hi, this is God from Team UNSF, and today we're going to be talking about safety. Now, I'm mainly making this video in response to the whole California Senate Bill SB 798, I believe it is. I'm not going to get into that. There's multitude of videos on YouTube already explaining that, so go look at one of those to see if you don't know what I'm referencing to. So we're going to go over safety. Now, we're going to go over these guns immediately right here. As you can tell, they all have barrel condoms or barrel socks or whatever you want to call them, except for obviously the grenade launcher and the 1911. But as you notice, 1911, no mag, chambers open, no BB inside the chamber. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see that, but
there it is.
There you go. Yep, there you go. And then obviously grenade launcher.
Shells over there.
Shells over there. Safety's on, and it's open. So we also keep all of the mags over here separate from the guns. All of these mags are unloaded. I don't know how you can tell that. There's the 45 mag and the grenade launcher. No gas, no BBs. And we keep the battery separate from the gun, so these aren't going off. But anyway, you should treat these as real firearms. I know it might sound quirky. Just deal with it. Point it in a safe direction. I mean, obviously there's a cameraman, so I'm not going to be pointing it directly at them. If I'm handling an airsoft gun, I'm going to be pointing it where, even if for some odd reason it would go off, it's not going to hit anybody. So that covers this about. I mean, when you're on the field and you're in the safe zone or the game's ended, you should always put this back on because accidents do happen. One thing you should never ever do is play backyard airsoft. I'm sorry for all the little kids out there who are gonna hate on me for saying this, but walking down your neighborhood street with an AK, going like this, walking around, probably wearing like a hooded sweatshirt and a bandana, that's not good. Some little old lady in your house is gonna call the cops on you, and you're gonna get arrested for
or possibly shot.
Or possibly shot. Because also a bunch of stupid little kids will say, "Hey, let's spray paint this and make it look more real." You have this walking around, a cop pulls up, they think you have an automatic assault rifle. They're not going to be hesitant to shoot you, and they won't be wrong.
There's been news stories all about this. If you point anything at a cop, they reserve the right to potentially shoot you in self-defense. So don't screw with this.
You can't blame them, so don't screw with that kind of stuff. There's a reason why they require that. We're lucky that we don't have to have this blaze orange, yet maybe we will. Go look up the Senate bill thing. So we have that, like we said, no mags in the gun, no batteries in, these aren't going off.
And barrel stocks, we do require, because like this kid right here, he had his M4 in the loading zone, he connected the battery, somehow something happened, the gun went off.
But this was on, so no BBs
the barrel stock was
anywhere.
On, mag was out, and that's the reason we have it, because we freak accidents, it's electric, something's gonna happen, you never know.
Okay, going back to the safety more in gameplay, I mean, this is what most people recommend you wear, just a normal, like, paintball mask, but I mean, that's really kind of impractical. You can't look down the sights, so what I did is I basically took one of these and stripped it down to one of these. These work, I'm able to look down optics on my M4, but at my field, you do require to have full face protection, so you can either wear one of these big clunky things, or I have a woodland balaclava, however you want to pronounce it, that goes over my face, protects my whole face and my neck, and then this goes on. So I've got full face protection.
These ski masks, like anything that'll cover your face, is...
Get registered airsoft ones, because ski masks might not be registered for the impact of an airsoft gun. If you want a really good one, go get a pair of revision goggles, because they're rated to take a 12-gauge shotgun blast. Do some more research on that. It's ridiculous. So always need eye protection. Don't use shooting glasses. These are full seal shooting glasses. They can still get in. It can be nasty. You do not want to take a BB to the eye.
Full seal means that there is absolutely no space in between your eye.
Like, if I put this on, there's no breaks between my skin and the foam of this. There's no way a BB's getting in here. If you have shooting glasses, there's going to be slight gaps in here that a BB could make its way in and ricochet.
And another rule is never break the seal of your goggles unless you're in the loading zone.
Never break in a game. If it's fogged up, too bad.
Tell a ref.
Safe zone. Tell a ref. Don't do it in a game. You don't know what's going to happen.
Your eyes won't grow back.
You don't get another set of eyes. I can't stress that more. So that's about safety equipment while you're playing. There's not much real more. I mean, I guess you could wear a mouth guard, but that'd be a little weird. You could wear a cup, but
no one
pussy. They don't hurt that much.
They won't make you sterile.
Just be careful. Know if your mags are loaded, if they're gassed or not, because you don't want to be taking your sidearm, putting it in, thinking it's unloaded, going, ha 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 ha, look at you. Oh crap, that was loaded, my bad. Oh, that got in the, oh shit, I just shot him in the eye. No, that's not a good scenario to happen. I just took the mag out and safetied the weapon. You should always do that. Also, now we're going to go to transporting. If the cameraman can come over here real quick. When you're transporting any firearm, airsoft, paintball, wise, or any kind of gun, it should always be in a gun case. You can't just take your M4 and throw it in the back seat of your car. There have been news stories again. There was one with a guy had a little clear Springer in the back seat of his car. He was
pulled over.
He was pulled over. The cop saw it, and she flipped, and I forget what he was charged with, but he wound up going to jail for that. So have it in a gun case. If a cop does pull you over, say you were speeding, let them know, hey, I've got airsoft guns. They're legal. They can't do really anything. Just let them know that they're there, because the last thing you want them to do is pop open a case and see an assault rifle there and him not knowing it's an airsoft gun. And say you have, like, I still have my orange tip on my M4, but say you replace it with, like, a mock suppressor or a new flash hider. When you're transporting it, just put the orange one on. It's so much easier to explain, yeah, it doesn't have the orange tip, but it's an airsoft gun. You really don't want to get into that. So we've covered the barrel socks. Keep them on unless you're in the middle of a fight. Keep your sidearms holstered with the mags out preferably, or at least the safety on. Like with this 1911, you let the slide lock go and you can engage thumb safety, and it's got a beaver tail safety. So that's pretty safe, but still have it holstered. And when you're out of game, eject the mag, shoot it in a safe direction, pop it out, and then just rack it a couple times to get any loose BBs out.
Also with your AEG, once you take the mag out, fire it on semi a few times just to clear it.
Put it in a safe direction and clear out the barrel of your AEG, because you never know when there's still going to be a round or two left in the chamber. So
obviously, never look down the barrel.
Don't go, hey, what's in there? No, bad idea. So that covers barrel condoms, barrel socks, whatever you want to call them. Be mature. Having your weapon safe. I mean, take the shell out of the grenade launcher when you're not using it. Make sure you know that your battery is disconnected. I've seen too many times where somebody thought their battery was disconnected from their AEG. They said, some guy's like, oh, hey, can I look at that? He was looking, pointed at his friend, and went click. But it didn't just go click, it went bang, and he hit his friend in the face with a BB or something. Like, when you're not in a battle, disconnect it, one, because it'll drain your battery. Two, better yet, take it out. Just be safe. Crap can happen, even if it's by mistake. Murphy's Law. What will go wrong, what can go wrong, will go wrong. So that covers that, basically. Safety protection. I mean, I've got my plate carrier. I mean, that's not really protection as gear per se, but I mean, it takes hits for you, not directly in your body. So that's basically it. Just be smart. Use common sense. If you have to stop and think, well, should I do that? You probably shouldn't be doing that. Because to most people, these look like real firearms, and that's part of the luxury and privilege of our sport, is that we get to use replica weapons that look so real. We're not as fortunate over in the UK. They can't own any firearms. At least it's a protected right in the United States to own real firearms. Even in the UK, they don't have real firearms, but they still need to take their airsoft guns and have certain parts of the neon colors so police can distinguish them. But there isn't any threat because even citizens aren't allowed to own real ones. But still, they have crazy laws over there. We have the privilege to own real firearms and have realistic replicas. I mean, seriously, if I were to replace that flash hider or even paint it, somebody would think that's an AR. I mean, it's metal. It's got an ejection port. I mean, these things are made to look really realistic. And if you get into gas blowbacks, I mean, it basically is a firearm. It's scary how realistic those things get. I mean, a certain manufacturer, I think WE gas blowback M4s are illegal in the United States now because the ATF is stupid and thinks they can be modded to fire real steel rounds, even those...
Don't attempt that.
Don't attempt that. Don't do anything illegal, first of all. But, like, they tested it, and they were able to get, like, 3 rounds off before, like, the thing exploded. So, I mean, that's bull. I mean, they took it to a gunsmith, but anyway, I'm getting off on a tangent. So, yeah, be safe. Use barrel condoms. Unplug your battery. Keep the mags separate from them when you're transporting them. Keep them in a gun safe. Like we said, if you get pulled over, let them know they're there. The last thing you want to know is 5 minutes into your conversation with a cop. Oh yeah, I've got replica weapons in the back. So please, 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 I'm begging you, be safe. We really don't want stupid incidents happening, ruining our sport, because then it just degrades us, and then it just turns into the stupid kid who had an airsoft gun who did something stupid with it. Then people look down on our sport. The government doesn't respect it as much. I mean, airsoft is a privilege. Like, they could pull it at any time. They don't have to let us play airsoft. But as long as we continue to be responsible, and the majority of airsofters are, there's just those stupid few individuals who choose to be immature with their airsoft guns and then ruin it for the law-abiding citizens like us. So please just be safe. I've probably said that 20 times by now. So on that note, be safe, don't be stupid, and have fun. But know where fun ends and trouble begins. Thanks, guys.
One last word. I know that we've said this many times, just to clarify. We want you to be safe and have fun and follow safety rules. And when you're with your friends, if they're doing something wrong, please correct them on that. We don't want the irresponsible actions of one person to ruin the entire sport for the whole country.
If you have somebody that's not familiar with airsoft guns, it's probably is to not let them handle it. But if it is, let them handle it inside with no batteries, no BBs, no magazines until they're familiar with it, and then maybe later on down the road you can let them do it. We're not trying to be dicks or anything, but just things can go wrong and it will look really bad.
We're not trying to tell you not to play airsoft and make it so seem worse for you that you won't want to play anymore. We're saying have fun, but remember, be safe, because we don't want irresponsible actions by you, or not saying you specifically, but anybody. Like, if you see someone doing something wrong, please correct them on that. We don't want this to ruin our entire sport.
Yeah, because if you see somebody else doing something unsafe, don't start yelling at them. Don't be like a total major douchebag and be like, you're doing this wrong, blah, 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 and turn them away from airsoft. Just walk up and say, hey, bud, you forgot to take your mag out. We're in the season. Hey, you forgot to put your barrel sock on. Just remember that for next time. Now, if they keep repeatedly doing this, you might have to get a little firmer, but just be nice about it. And like I'm going to steal my high school principal's quote, know where fun ends and trouble begins. It's such a true quote. And on that note, we're done. See you later.
Thanks for viewing UNSF Airsoft. Please visit our channel again. Invite your friends. Subscribe, comment, and ask any questions.
Ask questions. Give us a like if you like us. Please, I love you.
Thank you.
No homo.